To play Lorabo 2, the Dagger of Amon Ra. Last time on Lorabo 2, the Dagger of Amon Ra, I found the guy's head, which for some reason was surgically removed from his body, even though it appeared that his head was crushed under the beak of a pterodactyl. But in fact, it was a deception, because that head was moved to the Faces of the World exhibit. And this is what the Faces of the World exhibit looks like. So now you know the things you know. That's what this segment's going to be called from now on, the things you know. So let's get out of here, now that we've uncovered the head of Zigith the Great. Hey guys, what up?
Bonjour, Miss Bo. How are you enjoying the museum this evening?
I find it very stimulating.
You be careful walking around in this place with the murderer loose. Stay near the Detective O'Reilly or Monsieur Heimlich.
Thanks, but I can take care of myself.
But you'll keep saying that until the murderer kills you. Please be careful. You seem like a very nice young woman. I would hate to see the bad things happen to you.
I love how they're having this very calm conversation. Laura, how are you enjoying the museums this evening? And meanwhile, this thing's here. Just hanging out there, you know, no one's gonna move it. No one's gonna clean up, no one's gonna search it for evidence. They're not gonna send anyone home, in fact. Everyone's just gonna stick around, you know? Because why wouldn't you be in a museum at, what is it, like midnight at this point? Why wouldn't you be in a closed museum at midnight while there's a murderer on the loose? Would you ever want to leave such a museum? That's crazy talk. There's a crime to solve. Alright. Heading down the steps now. Spooky. Let's see if there's any goings-ons in this office here, in this here office.
Oh, what are you doing here, my dearest darling? Come here and give me a kiss. Do you know how much I've missed you? What is it, my dear? You seem agitated. Oh, I know what you want. I know, but I can't give it to you. Not here, not now.
You hear what sounds like a muffled groan.
Good.
Easy, my love. All things come to those who wait. It will all be taken care of in time.
Good to know. More sex. They thought about calling this Sex, the video game, but cooler heads prevailed.
You don't hear anything. This door is locked.
Still locked, huh? Is there anything else going on in this here office?
Please don't be angry, my darling. It can't be helped. Please, my dearest, don't run away. Soon, I promise, soon. That's my darling. That's my dear one. We'll go back to my office soon, and I'll give you what you want.
I guessing that's her thing. Oh, there's her thing.
The room feels remarkably well. This door is locked.
Ah.
An office door. An o-
Is there anything going on in here now?
Now, Dr. Miklos, what was it you wanted?
Well, I saw you admiring the swords on some of the armor displays. So, I thought you might want to see this beautiful specimen of Mr. Heimlich's.
Thank you, I suppose. It is quite beautiful. Was it forged in Toledo, Spain?
Yes, it was. Wool, Mr. Heimlich keeps it very sharp, as you can see. It's... Stop!
What is it, woman?
Mr. Heimlich has been having trouble with the mounting of that sword, Mr. Najir. If you were to touch it, it would more than likely fall off the wall and kill you.
An interesting safety hazard.
How can I ever thank you, Dr. Miklos? You seem to have saved my life.
Let me see. Do you have any scars or tattoos, Mr. Najir?
Well, yes, I suppose I do. Just the foolish thing that I had done in my impulsive youth.
Ah, please let me see it, Mr. Najir. It would make me so very happy.
Oh, Dr. Miklos, this is very embarrassing. I'd rather not.
Are you forgetting that I just saved you from almost certain beheading, Mr. Najir?
No. Very well. I will show you. Just a minute. Let me take off my shoes.
Your shoes! How exciting!
Here they are. Look quickly. What if someone were to come in?
Ah, how beautiful. Egyptian sun symbols, yes?
Yes. Please, may I put my shoes back on now?
Oh, if you must. I've never seen tattoos on the bottom of the feet before, Mr. Najir. Tell me, did it hurt very much? Did you bleed?
Yes.
Ah.
Bled, did you? Sounds rather unpleasant. If I were to wander out again and come back in, I wonder if I could hear any more conversations.
Oh, Wolfie, I'm so glad you
good.
agreed to meet me here.
Wolfie.
You know I can't resist you, my little stuffed grape.
Oh, Wolf, you are so strong. Lift me up on the desk, yes?
Anything you say, my strudel. You know I'd do anything for you. Lie, steal, murder. Especially murder.
Wolfie love, you give me the chills. Please, scare me some more.
Oh, all right. If it would please you.
More than anything, who else will die tonight?
The Countess? She is always walking around like she owns the place. Museum security must be maintained. That woman must die.
Oh, good.
The Countess? Why should she be killed? Didn't she go home after the party?
Someone lets the Countess in and out of the building during the late hours. If I ever catch her, she will pay the consequences.
Maybe I'll be lucky this time. Maybe I could discover her body.
Yeah, perhaps it could be arranged.
That's one of the things I love about you, Wolfie. You have a wonderful sense of humor.
He's a regular Louis
So do
C.K.
you, my strudel. So do you.
This door is locked.
Still locked, eh? I can't walk over here, can I? No. Is the store still locked?
This door.
Alright. Anything going on in here?
You don't hear.
Perhaps the coast is clear at last. It's quite a dangerous office. Alright, what's going on down here? Ah, this is her office. By her, I mean Dr. Miklos. Anything going on in here?
You don't hear.
Alright.
A paper cutter with a red blade.
The red on that blade isn't blood, is it?
The red stain on the paper cutter blade could be red ink or blood. Perhaps the last person to use it had an accident?
I'm sure that's it.
You hear nothing of interest.
Such a cool jazz soundtrack. That is rather gruesome, I must say.
Dr. Carrington's head holds no clues that you can discover, except for the somewhat pained expression on his face. Porcupine quills, which appear to have caused Dr. Carrington's demise as they passed through his body, creating multiple perforations in many of his vital organs. It's dripping blood. 2 letters written in blood on the desktop.
What are those letters? CP. Are there any characters in this game with those initials? CP. CR is Crodfeller Rhubarb. Not that I know of.
You presume the dripping blood belongs to Carrington, since
Yeah.
Carrington drooled a bit when he died, and his hair could have used a good wash to get all the grease out of it. There's blood on... The glass on the clock face appears to have been smashed during a struggle. Whether it was a struggle to wind the clock, or a struggle for Carrington's life, it's hard to say for certain.
What wizard says, oh no, he was killed by a porcupine? Yup. This is called Larabo 2, The Mystery of the Stuffed Porcupine.
The clock appears to have been broken at exactly 12:04 a.m.
Alright, so we're looking for something related to CP.
Numerous hefty tomes on the topic of medieval armor. A large format illustrated version of Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky.
Ah, CP. Perhaps this is related to that.
You notice that this is one of the earliest translations of Crime and Punishment into English. The edge of a file folder is sticking out of the book, as if it has been hidden there.
Oh good. I love file folders.
There's a police file hidden in the book. You pick it up and place it in your purse. By reading a few lines from the book, you gather that the theme of this book is that man pays for his crimes against men by suffering for those crimes. It's amazing how much meaning you can get from a few well-chosen words.
Larabo exegetes the themes from Dostoevsky at a near glance. Now those are detective skills.
The file feels somewhat slimy.
Yeah.
You read a police report on the criminal career of one Watney Little, conman extraordinaire. The file contains an amazing list of offences, mostly fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and various degrees of larceny. Glancing at the top of the page, you noticed that the investigations were conducted by Scotland Yard. You also notice that the last entry describes Little's recent escape from Dartmoor prison.
Oh no.
Clipped to the outside of the folder is a small handwritten note that reads simply, "Remember our deal." Apparently this file was provided in exchange for somebody's silence or service.
The plot thickens. Added to our long line of possible suspects is a man that we have never encountered. I think this is the third man who's died. I'm surprised that, Scruff McGruff didn't come interrogate me about the recent murder. Are there any more interesting things going on around behind the store?
You don't hear anything.
All right. How about here?
You don't hear anything.
Good.
Something I can do for you, Miss Bo?
Cool.
I'm sorry, Miss Bo, but I'm kind of busy right now. Is there something I can help you with? If not, I've got work to do.
Mr. Leach, can you let me out of this museum? I don't like it in here. People keep dying.
Sorry, Miss Bo. I seem to have lost my door keys.
Oh, I find that very disturbing.
Me too. I can't even let myself out of the building. We're all staying here until I find those keys.
Man, their attempts to write off the strangest plot hole in this, which is why does nobody leave the museum, is good. Hey, Archibald Carrington is dead. Just thought I'd let you know.
Well, I don't see the gent too often. We working class folks don't see the big guys too often, you know what I mean?
Alright,
Miss Bo, I've got a lot of problems right now. Please leave me alone.
but I want to raid your stuff. This is one of those things where if I keep going in, maybe
This
it'll be...
door is...
Oh, that's too bad.
This door is locked.
Too bad.
You don't hear anything.
Alright. Still no one here. Anything cool going on in here?
You don't hear anything.
How about in
You hear
here?
nothing of interest.
Carrington, are you still hanging out in here behind this door? Yep, looks like it. Oh. Muffled voices.
Oh, Dr. Smith, I appreciate your help so much.
Well, I don't particularly appreciate giving it. I have things to do, Miss Delacroix. Important things.
But surely you can spare the time to help me move my desk, no?
Oh, I suppose. Why do you want to move it anyway?
Oh, there is a terrible stain on the rug. I don't want it to show. We don't have to move the desk very far.
All right. Oh, it's heavy. Oh!
Oh, I am so sorry. Did you hurt yourself?
Yes. Oh no, I'm bleeding. You owe me one, miss.
But of course, Mr. Smith. I'll do anything you say. Anything. Didn't I let you in when you asked? Didn't I keep your secret?
Yes, I suppose you did. And I'm sorry about bleeding on your carpet. At least it'll blend in with the old stain. What is that anyway?
Oh, it is only strawberry jam.
I'm sure I don't want to know, Yvette.
Could Yvette be involved
Probably
in
not, Dr. Smith.
murder?
Now, let's go to your place.
You don't hear anything.
Alright. Well.
Don't touch it. Don't.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
You touch the. You touch the. You touch. You hear only. You hear only. You hear only.
Oh, how I love spying on people.
When you.
Static, static, static.
When you press the. When you press the.
Alright. Well. Time to leave, I guess. Let's see if Mr. Sourpuss has improved his mood at all down here.
You don't hear anything.
Anything going down in here now?
You don't.
Ah, good. Nice. Let's raid the place.
Intercom crackles and you hear.
Ernie, it's Olympia. The release valve in number 13 seems to be jammed. Take a look at it when you have a chance.
Number 13, you say? That sounds like it'll be important.
This curious device is a lasso at the end of a pole used for the humane capture of snakes in the wild, or wild snakes, or something like that.
Ah. The differentiations between wild snakes and snakes of the wild. The subject of my senior thesis.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Now what's in this toolbox here?
A pair of heavy-duty wire cutters.
Nice to have, I guess.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Alcohol vat book.
Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness Monster.
Ah, good, the Loch
8.
Ness Monster.
Ostrich.
It's a good thing they're going
9,
for realism
lemmings.
in this game.
10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs. 14. King Edward of Daventry.
Nice reference there. Alright, so VAT 13 had what? Warthogs?
Current VAT contents.
Yeah, okay, warthogs. Good to know. VAT 13. Alright, so which VAT is VAT 13?
VAT 10. VAT 14. There's a vaguely VAT 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid.
Alright. Let's climb up there, shall we? See what it is that's jamming up the thingy.
Could it be? Yes. It's heavy. It's shiny. It's real gold. It's got a sharp point at one end. It's the Dagger of Amon Ra.
Ah, good. I'm glad that thing was just lying in an old vat, clogging up the drain.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. Boy, the alcohol fumes sure are strong in here.
Laura's tactics are quite questionable, if you ask me, but what are you gonna do? Alright. Let's,
A typical light.
I think I might be able to get that skeleton key off now that I have some wire cutters here.
The oil paint on the canvas is old and inspecting the painting carefully.
There we go. Okay.
Jeepers, Laura, not in front of...
There are people here?
Well,
What? What?
you see a short, elderly woman dressed flamboyantly, and you suspect expensively, and sporting a grotesque amount of makeup. In fact, when she speaks, you notice small flecks of base coat chipping off of her jowls and tumbling onto her furred collar.
Huh. How, what? It's an interesting glitch there. I'm quite proud of that discovery. How could you not be proud of that discovery? Look, she's still up there. Alright. I guess we'll have to come back for the skeleton key later. The skeleton key. What Wizard says, why is there a flying woman? It appears to be some sort of glitch. Alright, that's an office down there. So where's... Let's see. Medieval armor. Or not medieval armor, art. Art and a flying woman. Ah, one moment. Come on, Lara. There we go. It's nice that they haven't cleaned any of this up.
A rare 17th century ink. Although the cockroaches managed to, since that great battle, 1 year...
Yeah, the cockroaches. Good. I guess I can hide behind this tapestry. Wait a minute, what are you doing with that?
Well, well. Good evening, Countess.
What are you doing here?
I just happened to be hiding behind the tapestry.
You're lying.
How could you tell?
Nobody just happens to hide behind a museum tapestry.
And nobody just walks around inside a museum late at night with paintings under their arms.
Paintings? Oh, you mean these paintings? I just found them laying around on the floor and I picked them up so no one would step on them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are you accusing me of something, you silly girl?
What do you think?
I think you're a rude girl who needs to learn some manners. The nerve going around accusing people of stealing paintings.
Did I say anything about you stealing them?
Well, of course you did. Don't try to trick me, girl. I've got more tricks than you have brain cells.
One thing I have to ask myself is, why did you bring those paintings to a meeting with Dr. Carrington this time of night?
How did you know I was meeting Dr. Carrington?
I'm very observant.
I found a note beside his body.
His body? You talk about him like he was dead.
He is dead.
Yes, he is. Dead as a doorknob. You didn't know about it?
You're trying to trick me again. Dr. Carrington is alive and well and working in his office.
Well, you're right about him being in his office, but he's quite dead, I assure you.
Guess you'll have to go investigate,
Oh my
Countess.
God.
And you seem to be a logical murder suspect.
Wait a second. You're not going to pin this one on me. I didn't have anything to do with it. Why would I want to kill him? We've got a perfectly good art burglary scheme going.
Art burglary?
I think I said too much.
If you're trying to convince me that you're not the murderer, you're not doing a very good job of it.
What do I care what you think anyway? You're not a cop.
But I am a reporter, and I could write about you in the newspaper. Of course, your reputation would be ruined, and the police would get very interested in you. But you're tough, so I'm sure you could handle it.
Look, it was just a little deal I worked out with Dr. Carrington. An art forger duplicates the paintings on the wall of the gallery. Then we hang them up in place of the real ones, which we sell to private collectors.
Didn't you think someone would catch on after a while?
Are you kidding? That's the beauty of the plan. When we had replaced all the paintings, we were going to slash them and make it look like someone vandalized the real paintings. No one would ever think we'd go to the trouble of forging paintings just to destroy them.
Perfect plan.
And Carrington is here to see that no one gets too nosy.
You mean he was here?
I swear I didn't have anything to do with his death. He was my cash cow. I brought him over from Europe just for this reason. Now that's it. I'm not saying any more about it.
Good. Classic scheme. What should I ask her about?
I don't feel like...
Goodbye. Cool, I guess. Alright, maybe I can go nab that key now. Alright. There appears to be no flying woman here this time.
A typical... The oil...
Oh, come on.
Inspect...
Are you gonna leave? Nope, you're just gonna stick around here? You're not gonna let me take the key? Ugh, alright, I'll come back later. Anything going on in here?
You don't...
Nope.
You hear nothing?
Alright. Maybe this door is unlocked now. Cool. What's this?
A full bottle of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil.
Well, you never know when snake oil will come in handy.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. Don't touch it. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
I have the slab of meat now, I guess.
This trunk is locked.
If only I had some kind of skeleton key. What Wizard says, was it explained at some point why this museum has a room full of cloning tanks or something? Not to my knowledge, but one of those tanks is where I found the real Dagger of Amon Ra. In fact, why don't you take a look at There's a list here of all of the things, all of the objects that can be found inside those cloning
Don't
tanks. Here it is. The alcohol vat book.
Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness Monster. 8. Ostrich. 9. Lemmings. 10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs. 14. King Edward of Daventry.
What Wizard says, oh, thank goodness, I wanted a clone of King Edward. Yep. It's a good thing they preserved that guy. Alright, maybe I can go get that key now. Need to head back to the art gallery. Hope that that annoying countess is not there. Alright. The coast is clear. Hopefully it stays that way.
The oil paint.
Alright.
While this is... While...
Oh, I need to look closer. This game is a little finicky when it comes to such things. Alright. Can I take it now?
With careful use of the wire cutters, you manage to remove the skeleton key without damaging the Bosch painting.
Alright.
While this...
I now have the skeleton key. So I should probably be able to open that box downstairs, I imagine. Since they say that keys can open... Skeleton keys can open all doors. What Wizard says gosh a bosh in reference to the painting? Alright, let's unlock this thing.
The trunk has a name tag identifying it as part of Carrington's personal luggage. Beside it is another sticker emblazoned with the logo Andrea Doria. The trunk...
What? There's nothing like bugs better than a little... There's nothing the bugs like better than a little fresh meat. So wait, I just got eaten alive by beetles? Alright. Let's try giving it some meat instead of giving it my, my live body. What Wizard says, what? Alright, let's try this again.
This
Skeleton key. And let's throw a piece of meat in there. There they go.
Oh!
A skeleton.
A skeleton lies in the trunk, its bones picked clean by the domestic beetles. They've efficiently removed every last shred of flesh, making the skeleton nearly impossible to identify.
Let's see. Try out the magnifying glass. What is this?
It appears to be a gold pocket watch. A close look reveals an inscription on the watch. To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of dedicated service, many thanks from your staff at the British Museum.
Huh.
You pick it up and
So wait,
place it
if
in
that
your
was
purse.
Carrington's skeleton, then what the hell was that skeleton in or who the hell was that guy who was at the party and who got stabbed with the porcupine? What Wizard asks, are those the ants from King's Quest? I truly hope so. That would be very good. Oh, I'm glad that they were able to open that door. Those beetles. I much prefer the British variety. Those moppy-haired rapscallions. The kind that eat your flesh.
You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
What Wizard says, I think they're doing the same song as the ants from King's Quest, but I'm not sure. The ant song from King's Quest has words to it, though. It goes, we're the ants sent from King Antony, we're coming to help King Gran. That's about the extent
You
of it.
lied to me.
Well, lass, I guess that makes us even. You lied to me.
You had something to do with the dagger burglary.
You've been sleeping with someone else. I saw you go off with that dock worker.
I've never slept with Steve, and the Ziggy fellow, he told me about you and the dagger.
And you believe that little weasel. I've arrested the man more times than I can count.
The Ziggy, I know him a long time. He would not lie to me.
That man'd lie to his own mother if someone paid him for it.
Ziggy, he says you were working with the Carrington to steal the dagger.
Lies! You can't be trusting the man. If he wasn't already dead, I'd pound the truth out of him.
Maybe you already did.
Were you sleeping with the little rat then?
Of course not.
You really surprise me, lass. I'd think you grew up on the streets accusing me of burglary like that.
Only
Where I
people
grew
on the
up doesn't
streets
matter, does it?
go up
The
accusing
important thing
detectives of
is-
burglary.
Wait, did you hear something at the door?
Yeah, I was hearing it too. Keep your voice down then.
Ah, I've been caught. Well, it's almost 2 a.m. Which means I think I need to go intercept another rendezvous at the armor gallery. Come on. This is like the hardest room to leave in the game. Alright, time to hide. Oh, goose-stepping Wolfie.
Wolfie, your facial scars are so wonderful. How did you get them?
Fencing, my Strudel. As a young man, I would fence with my Heidelberg friends. We would stop our opponent's saber just before it went through our faces, which would make the scars you see now.
Ah, that is very interesting. You did not use masks to protect your faces?
Nein, that would have been considered unmanly.
Of course.
You'll have to show me how to do that sometime.
There are many things I can show you, my Strudel.
Perhaps we should go somewhere less public, Wolfie.
Oh yeah, good idea. Particularly since there's that annoying reporter wandering around the museum. That is not something I would have allowed if I was running things here.
Give it time, Wolfie. Perhaps you will be running things here someday, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh?
Would
What can you do?
murder?
There are ways, but come, let us speak of these things in more privacy.
I like how he goose steps absolutely everywhere. So over the top. Dr. Nicholas, you're just gonna casually walk past this dead body?
Ernie's head lolls back limply. The fabric of the shirt appears to be clinging somewhat to Ernie's chest. The fabric of Ernie's pants appear to be clinging somewhat to his legs. Ernie's shoes are intact, yet strangely dark and damp-looking.
Alright.
The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin, with a faint smell of alcohol.
I guess he was dumped in one of the cloning tanks before he was draped over this, tusk.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
What Wizard says, Ernie is wearing skin-tight clothes. Yep. She was quick to point that out.
Ach, you are smelling like the brewery, mein Capitan. Either you've been drinking, or you've been eating too many of those grapes.
Sure, and Bigora. A man needs a little nip from his flask now and then, doesn't he?
Personally, I do not require the drinking of the alcohol. It would impair my mental and physical skills.
Ernie Leach has been murdered!
What was that, lass?
I like how you weren't as concerned about Dr.
Ernie
Carrington.
is dead!
So, you finally come to us to confess. Is that it?
Confess? No! I'm reporting a murder!
And you was the first one to find the body again?
Well, I guess so.
Quite a coincidence, Fräulein. I think we should be interrogating you to learn the truth. I've had enough of your lies.
Calm down.
I've had
Harry.
enough of your
If there's any
lies.
interrogating to be done, I'll be the one who does it. Now then, lass, where did you find the body?
The mastodon room. He's hanging from some mastodon tusks.
He's probably just sleeping on the job.
No, I'm sure he's dead.
Well, I'll go take a look at him then. If I need to talk to you, I'll find you later.
Do 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 do. Act 4, Museum of the Dead.
Do we smell a promotion in the air? You're doing splendidly.
Ah, good. I'm glad that I'm getting high marks on my adventure game skills.
You don't hear anything.
Time to loot the place, then. Oh, hey, Yvette.
My Ernie, he was a wonderful man. I really loved him.
Oh, sure you did. I know your type, Yvette. I know you didn't really love him.
But I did.
So accusatory.
Ernie was the first man I've ever really loved. I was even trying to find work for him so he could make the extra money.
Why did he need extra money? He had a good job here, didn't he?
It was the gambling. The ice pick. He killed my Ernie for the gambling debts.
Ernie wasn't killed with an ice pick.
No, the ice pick is the... How do you say it? The lone fish.
Lone fish? Oh, you mean ice pick is the name of a lone shark?
Oui, the ice pick is an evil man.
You're sure he's the one who killed Ernie?
My Ernie, he was worried about the ice pick. He told me about him this evening.
Very curious. I'm surprised you had time to see Ernie tonight.
Why is that?
Because you've been spending so much time with Mr. Dorian.
Oh,
A little jealous,
you mean
are you?
Steve. He's the attractive man, but we are only the friends, no? But my Ernie, what will I do without him?
I can see you're upset. I'll leave you alone. Steve! Mr. Dorian.
Miss Bow.
Your modulated deep voice.
Thank you for showing me your scars, Steve. They were very, very nice.
Man, these are such cartoon characters. It's so good.
Haven't seen you in a while, Mr. Dorian.
Well, women keep carrying me off.
Carrying you off?
Yeah. First, Miss Delacroix pulled me away from the party to show me the old master's gallery. Then there was Dr. Miklos. She's been pestering me about my scars ever since she found out I worked on the docks. Weird lady.
You don't seem too upset by all the attention.
Well, I would rather have spent the time with you.
I'd think a big, strong man like you would have been able to get away from them if you wanted to do so.
Well, I hate to be rude, and I did end up finding you here.
Have you heard about the murders?
Murders? Oh, I guess somebody did mention that.
No
seem
biggie.
Kind of distracted.
No big deal.
Yeah, well, I've got news for you, too. I think some of the paintings in the old master's gallery are forgeries.
You don't
Paint
say.
is still wet on some of them.
Yes, well, I hardly think that...
Oh, Steve, a terrible thing has happened. Ernie is dead.
Ernie?
Yes, my Ernie. What will I do? Oh, I need a big man to cry on. Please, come into my office.
Sorry, Miss Bow. The poor woman seems very upset. Maybe there's something I can do for her.
I can just guess what that is.
We can talk more later, okay?
We'll see about that. You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
What Wizard says, oh man, I didn't realize that they are so bad at forging that the paint is still wet. Yep. You found the wet paint near the beginning. It was rather odd. Let's listen in on Steve and Yvette.
Ooh la la.
How does that feel?
It is magnifique.
I'm not rubbing too hard, am I?
The harder the better, mon ami.
Well, we all get a little stiff now and then.
Ooh, and you are so good at working out the kinks.
Would you mind not moaning so loud? You might draw attention.
Ooh, I cannot be helping it. You are so big and so strong.
Oh my.
More innocent than it sounded, at the very least. Couldn't help yourself there, Laura, huh?
Oh, dear!
Miss Bow,
Sacré bleu.
Sacré bleu!
I can explain this.
I bet you can, Mr. Dorian.
You know, it could have been a lot
I'm
worse.
just rubbing her neck.
Oui, and he does it so well.
I'll just leave you two alone.
Miss Bow, wait.
Oh man, the writing in this game. So good. So good. Hey man. I think Tut's your name. Some other vaguely racist stereotype of what a Westerner might imagine an Egyptian name might be.
The container is full of an oily liquid. The liquid in the container feels oily. You also note that the container is too heavy for you to move.
No Ernie, huh?
When you push the button, you hear a sliding noise off in the distance, clearly originating outside of this room.
Huh. Fascinating. Anyone in here? Nope. Okay. Huh, that's funny.
The subject of this sculpture looks curiously familiar. The odd statue feels like it's made of cheap, quick-drying plaster.
Can I break through it?
While this is an interest...
Alright. Well, I'll be back later.
This is one of the 3 wires that formerly suspended the... This is one of the 3 wires...
Alright. Well, why have a wire cutter if you're not supposed to cut wires?
While this is... While this... While... You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Cool, I guess. Wonder how old that's doing.
You don't hear.
Huh. Looks like there is some kind of a struggle in here.
It's on the floor, but it's a desk. One of those new portable typewriters. At a mere £50, you can take it anywhere. Well, you could if it was useful to you, which it isn't, so forget it.
A mere £50, you say?
It looks like a shred of clothing fabric.
Wonder who it belongs to. Does it belong to Stephen Dorian?
It looks like a piece of fabric torn from Yvette's
or
dress.
Yvette's dress?
Possibly, in a moment of passion.
Ugh.
You don't need it. Leave it here for the police.
But you do need a stray piece of wire from the...
It's a petite woman. The backs of the high heels on this expensive woman's shoe are heavily scuffed. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
I guess you don't need a torn piece of fabric, but you do need a loose shoe.
Red hairs.
Ah. From Mr. Steve
A
Dorian.
close look seems to indicate that the red hairs belong to a human. Feels like red.
Ah, can't take them, I guess. So maybe Yvette's inside that plaster thing? If only I could get in there. What Wizard says, I love how this game is always like, hey, you know this cool thing about the 20s? Well, here is. It's kind of Forrest Gumpy. Yeah, There's a really good part earlier in the game where the taxi driver just name drops a bunch of famous people who he's apparently taken around in his taxi. And one of them is Isaac Asimov as a child, who is always licking lollipops and reading science fiction magazines back there. Maybe I can break it with this dinosaur bone. Oh my.
Yvette's face doesn't look as good in death as it did in life. Perhaps because her makeup is covered with plaster dust.
Man, lots of people are getting killed off.
There is plaster in all of the openings on Yvette's face. Mouth, nostrils, eyes, ears. She has several scratches on her face, as well as cuts on her lips. The scarf clearly isn't a scarf. It's the silk hosiery Yvette was wearing earlier in the evening. Her neck under the scarf shows red friction burns, as if she was strangled. This makes you wonder if she died during a passionate moment or had simply developed the habit of wearing silk hose around her neck.
What Wizard says, oh no, she's been killed by noted Bond villain Plasterfinger. Most likely.
Definitely red hairs. Probably human.
Okay, so I'm guessing that this was the what's his name? The police detective guy, because he was super jealous. Because shockingly, she was sleeping with multiple people.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. It's a pair of bifocal glasses clutched tightly in her fist. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Some pretty damning evidence there, Mr. Policeman. Alright, well I guess I'll go look for the policeman, the detective O'Reilly or O'Brien or whatever his name is. Last time they were in the armory section, I think. The hardest puzzle in the game. Getting past that room. Well, they're not here. There does appear to be something near this dog statue.
A smelly old work boot.
Probably belongs to Mr. Stephen Dorian.
The work boot is size 12EE.
Good.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. There are a few spots of blood on the floor.
Blood, blood, blood.
The blood is red and almost dry. There seems to have been a struggle here.
Alright, well. Big boots to fill. Gotta find someone and tell them about Yvette. Hey, Ernie. Hope you're enjoying your relaxing time on that there Mastodon tusk. Oh, and hey there, Yvette. Hope you enjoy your new plaster home. Meanwhile...
Countess, why are you tied up on my desk? Your face has certainly changed to an attractive pale color, my dear.
An attractive pale color.
You seem a little under the weather. Are you okay? Oh dear, you don't look well at all. O'Reilly! You want Mr. O'Reilly? Okay, just wait right here and I'll go get him.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Bo. Do you know where Mr. O'Reilly is?
Nope.
Well, no, not exactly. I assume he's still in the museum.
Well, I'll find him. If you see him first, would you tell him that the Countess is dying on the desk in my office?
The Countess is dying? What's wrong with her?
Well, she's looking rather pale. Her eyes are glazed, and she's not breathing much. I'd guessed she'd been bitten by a snake.
By a snake?
Must you keep repeating everything I say? In any case, I've got to go now.
Alright. Oh my. It appears to be some kind of snake. I think I have snake oil. Will that help? Where is that stuff? Oh, it's right here.
A full bottle of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil.
Alright. I need to get you in a place conducive for capture. Oh, that looks good. Maybe now I can lasso you with this
curious device.
This snake lasso that I picked up earlier. Cool.
While this is an
I'll put you back in your cage, friend. Alright. So, are you dead now, Countess?
Oh!
Oh my.
The Countess is looking rather pale. She seems surprised that she died here on Olympia's desk.
Ah.
It's the bound and dead body of the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton. It's the bound...
Alright. Smelling salts.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Those will come in handy, I guess.
A scientific report on the topic of archaeological excavations in Ahwahnee, California. You detect a trickle of what could prove to be cobra venom. You deem it wise not to touch it when you remember that it's a neurotoxin that causes progressive paralysis leading to respiratory failure. That biology class was useful after all.
Alright. Well, guess we know what she died from.
A cobra fang is embedded in the Countess's swollen ankle.
Not a good idea since it's leaking venom.
Alright. What are these?
A little bunch of grapes. Chilled. You remember something about grapes being found alongside the victims of Jack the Ripper.
Ah.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Can I take any of this other junk?
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Okay. Well, I'm done with you, Countess. What Wizard says? What is her plan exactly? Kill everyone in the museum and then be like, oh, well, I guess they all kind of just died. Yeah, there were a ton of snakes just biting all sorts of people. It would be a good joke if that snake oil just never did anything. Well, it did help me capture a snake, so it had some use. Ah, end of Act 4. Act 5. Rex takes a bite out of crime. Cool.
You're a model of investigative brilliance. We salute you, Laura.
Good. Alright, I'm guessing I'm being chased, judging by the music. So maybe I should get to I can't actually save my game here. So I'll have to get to a safe place before I save, but after I do, I think I'm gonna call it quits, because, it's getting pretty late. Hey. What's up? Do you have to corner me in the worst possible place? Alright, where am I going? Where am I going? Maybe I can shut this door behind me? Alright, can I bolt the door shut?
A length of...
Okay, maybe I can use this wire on it. Good. Okay. Where now? Where now? Oh, I can actually save here. Maybe I'll do that. Act 5. It's cool that you actually get chased by a murderer in this one. That was one thing that was kind of missing from the last game. What Wizard says, Act 5, everyone is dead. Act 5, Laura is eaten by a dinosaur. Act 5, a spooky ghost. All would have been good titles, but the title was Act 5, Rex takes a bite out of crime. Well, that was the, I guess, fourth act of Laura Bow, and in the Dagger of Amon Ra. I have, I think, 2 more acts to go. But the last act is very, very short, so I certainly should finish up the game tomorrow. So I'll be joining you then and finishing up Laura Bow in the Dagger of Amon Ra. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you then.